Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Joni. Today we're going to be talking about my May favorites. Although there's not a whole lot to talk about, just that's the way May ended up. But there are a few things I just wanted to touch upon that I've been really enjoying this month. So first product I'm going to be talking about is a sunscreen. And if you have watched my videos, you'll know that I had been using the Supergoop Glow Screen sunscreen, which I really enjoyed. It really has this like glowing look as you apply it, and it wears for me really well under my makeup, my foundations, never had any problems. But I did want to try this one here, the tinted Elta MD Broad Spectrum SPF 40. Let me just show you I think I showed this already, but you see how it has a little bit of a tint to it? But it's really very light and moisturizing. It goes on smooth and blends really easily. Can see that. Wears well under makeup, which is key, because even though it does have a tint to it, it's a tint but like no coverage. I don't know if you can just kind of see that. And I like that. I like the fact that it adds a little something, but it's not going to affect my makeup and my foundation. I have worn just sunscreen alone without foundation, but for the most part I do wear foundation. I change it up during the spring and summer months. And anyway, I've really been enjoying this. Like I said, it goes on really nice. There's no sunscreeny smell to it. It just is a really nice product. I believe it does come highly recommended by a dermatologist. If you're looking for a sunscreen that checks all the boxes, this is the one that I think you would go with, or I would suggest going with. Whereas the Supergoop Glow or the Unseen sunscreen, those are really nice, and I'll continue to go back and forth. But during the summer, I usually can create my own little glow. So that's why I just wanted to check this out. So this has been a favorite. So as we transition now into foundation, I did speak about the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. This here is in 25N, so the N for neutral. I forgot the other shade that I got, and at the time it was a little too deep for me, both of them. But now that I've been self-tanning, it's definitely given me the right shade. This is a good shade match, and there's tons of shades in this, which I really like. And they do it by number as opposed to, like, say, porcelain or almond, or, you know, they don't name it, they just use numbers, which is nice because it allows you to really get a stronger definition as far as I'm concerned, because everybody's porcelain is different, everyone's almond is different, but the numbers are pretty self-explanatory. So if you have a general idea of your skin tone, you can pretty easily pick out your shade in here. So I'll just show you here. So the consistency is pretty thick, but it's a light coverage that can be built up to medium. And it basically, it sort of covers like your skin tone inconsistencies. It does have, I'll say, like a gel-like texture. What I like is that it has like a, not sure if it'll pick up on here, but it has like a satin finish, and it like mimics your skin. So if you're more hydrated and moisturized, it's going to give you more of a dewier look. And if you're drier, you'll get more of a matte look. I think I fall in the middle. And I do have it on today, and I don't know if you can see, it has such a flawless coverage, and I'm really impressed with it. It definitely checks the boxes for me for what I'm looking for in a foundation. It has hyaluronic acid, it has squalene, it has glycerin, all really good ingredients, and for the price at $20 for this bottle, I can't say enough good things. I'm really happy. It is my favorite foundation I've been using from May. Now, I don't know about you, but I am one that has used a brush to apply my foundations for years and years. Like, that's just what I did. I dabbled with the beauty blenders and sponges, but I don't know, it just wasn't for me. I don't know if I was using it wrong. I always dampened them. It could have been attributed partly to the fact that I had always liked more of a full coverage foundation and that look on my skin. So if you use the beauty blender, it has a tendency to shear it out. So that could have been part of it. But anyway, moving the story along, I've always had them in my collection, but I randomly would use them. And please, no judgments here, but this is a dirty one. And this is what it looks like, the traditional one. The concept is you wet it and it will expand. And then you squeeze out the excess. I usually will squeeze it out, wrap it up in a paper towel just to really get all that moisture out, but at least it has some dampness to it. So I would go in and just bounce it on my skin. Sometimes for the most part, I should say, I would use my brush, and then I would just go around and just tap it around my face and bounce it. And it was okay. I don't know that I loved it, but one day I was in Ulta for a change and just strolling around, and I came across Real Techniques, and I was just looking around, and I've seen these before, you know, in the store. I've seen other people use them, so I decided to try it. And here's what we have. So we have the Real Techniques, and what we have is this flat edge. Obviously it's more rounded and curved over here, and then you have the pointier side right here to get underneath your eyes, around your nose, that type of stuff. But oh my goodness, let me just say, this has been so amazing, far better than this. And it's not just the shape of it. The shape is amazing. You can see here, look at how big that is in comparison. Even if this was wet and blown up, you're not going to get the same coverage. So for me, I was going ahead using my brush. Then I would take the damp Real Techniques and just tap it in, bounce it on my skin, and I don't know what it is, but for me, the bounce of this, far different from this, and it feels so good, and it really does the job of blending and eliminating your brush strokes, if you have any, from like the makeup brushes, just like this. And then I would go in, contour, blush, highlighter, and again, what I would do is I would just, you know, lightly stipple my sponge, and I would just tap it in, and just so there's no harsh lines between the contour, the blush, or highlight. And oh my goodness, I mean, I don't know if you can really see. I'm filming in the afternoon, so I've had this on for about 5 hours already, but if I tell you, I think it has just given me such great coverage, and it works with other foundations as well, so it's not just specific to this. So I've gotten the same results with different foundations. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm so glad I picked it up. A favorite for sure, and a keeper. Next up is random as well. I don't know how many of you have seen these tongs, have used them. Perhaps you still have them in your house. I got these years ago, and it actually came with a smaller one. The smaller one broke. The handle, everything was just a mess. So I had these, and I used them. Even on my nonstick pans, I would try not to scratch the surface of the pans, but I'm sure I did. But it's been long enough. I think it's time to change and get rid of these, especially that the smaller one broke. So I went ahead and I purchased these. You can see the size difference. So it opens up with a push. I mean, it's not rocket science, and I'm sure many of you have these already. Like, Joni, where have you been? Like, really? You're still using metal when, you know, these exist? Really? Anyway, I did, and now these are going away. Well, one of them already did, but it's going away, and here we are with this. Makes it so easy just to flip things and whatever you use tongs for. But for me, cooking, it's been amazing. These handles here, far different from this. There's something to it. It actually feels good in your hand, more manageable than what I've been working with. These have been a favorite. So glad I have it, and they're not ruining my pans. So that's a win, and they're a favorite. So my next, I guess, one or two favorites aren't products per se. The first one would be, I am so happy that we are in the month of May. It has been so exciting to have sunshine and to see, you know, hear the birds chirping and the flowers are blooming, and what a difference it makes to everything, your mind, body, and soul. For me, I could speak for specifically, but I know so many others of you understand what I mean by that, and it's just been so nice. The sun has been shining. Even if we get like a passing rainstorm, that's kind of welcoming sometimes at night, more so than during the day. Give me the sunshine during the day. But it just makes a world of difference, and people, you can see the change. Obviously, last year was what it was. This year, people are so looking forward just to moving on and getting on with their lives and returning to that normalcy. But everybody's just in a good mood and happy, and it's just such a great time of year. It's one of my favorites. It really is such a uplifting. It feels good, and even on your bad days, see the sun shining, it makes it all better. So that's what I have on that front. So sorry if that was a little, you know, off, if you would. So the other favorite that's not product related per se is, this time last year we were all in such a state. I'll just leave it like that. You know what your last year looked like. This year, I am so happy to be able to actually get dressed. I'm not living in active wear. I'm actually putting on clothes and excited to get dressed. And I always did do my makeup last year, but my dress was not what it is today. It was just activewear. That's what I lived in last year, and I think the majority of people did. And while I like a true activewear set, it's so nice to be able to be in clothes. I'm wearing maxi dresses. It's just that the overall getting dressed is just been a favorite of mine this past month. It's really kind of been a nice change. So that leads me to, with all of the excitement about getting dressed and actually putting outfits together, I will be doing more fashion videos coming up. You know, we'll run the gamut, and I think I've only done one fashion video, and now it's time just to kind of continue on with that. So I got some good stuff coming your way as far as that goes. So anyway, that's what I have for you for my May favorites. Please leave a comment down below what your May favorites are, or just your favorites in general. It doesn't have to be month specific. Tell me what you've been enjoying, what you're looking forward to, and please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out. I really appreciate it. Until my next video, see you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.